All right, let's talk smart homes. Have you ever felt like your house could, be doing a little more for you? You hear all these terms, smart home, automation, and it can sound super technical, right? Well, don't worry, we are going to cut right through all that noise. This is your complete beginner's guide to making your home a little bit smarter.
Okay, so before we dive into the nuts and bolts of how this stuff works, let's talk about the why. I mean, what does having a smart home actually feel like day to day? Because, spoiler alert, it's not really about the gadgets. It's all about making your life just easier.
Seriously, just picture this for a second. Instead of a jarring alarm clock, your bedroom lights just gently fade up. And by the time you're heading to the kitchen, you can already smell the coffee brewing. This isn't some far-off sci-fi movie stuff. It's just about having your home take care of all those little things for you, so your day starts off a whole lot better. That's the whole idea here, a home that really works for you.
Okay, so let's get a definition down. What is smart home automation really? The key word here is together. It's all about making your different devices and systems work together, like a well-oiled machine, without you having to do much at all. It's not just about turning a light on with your phone. It's literally like giving your house a brain.
So, how does this brain actually work? Well, to make this super simple, let's think about your smart home like a person, right? It has parts that sense the world, a brain that thinks, and hands that act. Let's break down what each of those parts are.
First up, you've got the hands. These are the things that actually do stuff. We're talking about your smart light bulbs, your smart plugs, your thermostat. You get the idea. They're the muscles of the operation, the parts that physically make a change in your home.
Then, you need eyes and ears. These are your sensors. They're constantly gathering information about what's going on. For example, a motion sensor. Well, it sees you walk into a room. A contact sensor knows a window just opened. They're basically feeding information to the brain.
And this is the most important part, the brain. We call this a hub or a controller. It's the central command center that puts it all together. It takes all that information from the eyes and ears, the sensors, and then tells the hands, the devices, what to do. Without the brain, you've just got a bunch of disconnected parts. Okay, this next part is so important. And honestly, getting this one thing right will save you a ton of frustration later on. We need to talk about the difference between just having remote control and having true automation. This is a huge distinction.
So look, having a basic smart device is cool, right? You can pull out your phone, open an app, and dim a light bulb. That's remote control. You're still doing the work, just from your couch. But automation, that's different. That's when the house does the work for you. Think about a movie time scene you set up. You say one command and the lights dim automatically. Maybe the blinds close. That's the magic we're talking about. The house is thinking for itself.
All right, enough with the analogies and the theory. Let's get to the fun part. What does this smart home magic actually look like in real life? How can it help you every single day? Let's check out some real-world examples.
Let's start with security. Now, a camera by itself is fine. It records stuff. But when it's part of an automated system, it's a game changer. Imagine it's 2 in the morning, and a camera detects someone it shouldn't. Instantly, the system flashes all the outdoor lights, and your indoor speakers start blasting the sound of a big, angry dog barking. See? That's a real deterrent, not just a recording.
Or what about saving some money on your energy bills without even trying? A smart thermostat can be set up to use your phone's location. The moment you leave for work, it knows, and it kicks into an eco mode. But the best part, it knows when you're on your way home, so it starts cooling the house down just before you walk in the door. It's smart, and it's totally effortless.
And it's not just about security or savings. It's about simple convenience and safety. You know those midnight trips to the kitchen for a glass of water? Imagine a path of light routine where the hallway lights just turn on to a dim 10%, just enough to see without blinding you. And on the safety side, think about this. If a smart smoke detector goes off, it could be programmed to automatically unlock the doors and turn on all the lights in the house to help everyone evacuate. That's powerful stuff.
Okay, hopefully you're feeling a little inspired. And you're probably thinking, this sounds cool, but where do I even begin? Don't worry, it is way easier than it sounds. Let's walk through your first few steps, the right way.
Believe it or not, you only really need 4 things. First, a solid internet connection. That's the backbone for everything. Second, pick an ecosystem. Think of this like picking a language your devices will speak, like Alexa, Google Home, or Apple Home. Just pick one and stick with it to start. Third, you need that brain, or hub, we talked about. Good news is, these are often built right into smart speakers you might already have. And finally, a budget. And I'm not talking a big one. You can seriously start this for under $30 with one simple smart plug.
All right, let me give you a few tips to help you avoid some really common beginner mistakes. First, try to avoid those random, no-name brands you find online. Security can be a real issue. Also, please don't try to automate your whole house in one weekend. It's a recipe for frustration. And finally, this is a big one, don't forget about your physical backups. Always have a regular light switch and a physical key. Trust me on that.
So, that brings us to the big question, right? After all that, is diving into smart home automation actually worth it, especially if you're a total beginner?
The answer is 1,000% yes, if you follow one simple rule. Start small. Don't think about building the house from the Jetsons overnight. Instead, just focus on solving one tiny, simple problem. Is there a lamp in a corner that's annoying to turn on? Do you always forget to turn off the basement light? Start there. Solve that one little thing. That's how you build a home that's not just smart, but actually useful to you. So, what's the first little problem you're going to solve?